The legend of Robin Hood has captivated audiences for centuries. Robin Hood, the noble outlaw who robs from the rich to give to the poor, stands as a timeless symbol of resistance against tyranny. His story, passed down through generations, continues to inspire hope and ignite a passion for fairness. The Sheriff of Nottingham, a cruel and greedy tyrant, represents the oppressive forces that Robin Hood fights against. With his band of loyal merry men, Robin Hood wages a guerrilla campaign against injustice, righting wrongs and defending the helpless. Through daring heists and cunning disguises, Robin Hood outsmarts his adversaries and redistributes wealth to those in need. The legend of Robin Hood is more than just a story, it is a reflection of our deepest desires for a just and equitable world. To understand Robin Hood's legend, we must journey back to medieval England. The country was in turmoil, ruled by a king more interested in foreign wars than the welfare of his people. Heavy taxes burdened the peasantry, leaving them struggling to survive. Nobles lived in opulent castles, feasting on lavish meals while the common folk toiled in poverty. Into this world of injustice steps Robin Hood. Driven by a strong moral compass, Robin Hood vows to fight for the oppressed and challenge the abuses of power that plague his homeland. The forest becomes a sanctuary for the poor and dispossessed, a place where Robin Hood and his merry men can operate freely, striking blows against the injustices of their time. Robin Hood is more than just an outlaw, he is a symbol of hope for the downtrodden. He is a man of the people, fighting for those who cannot fight for themselves. His legend resonates deeply with the human desire for justice and equality. He is a natural leader, inspiring loyalty and devotion in his followers. His compassion extends to all who are oppressed, regardless of their social standing. Robin Hood's actions are driven by a profound sense of justice. He sees the suffering of the poor and the arrogance of the rich. He chooses to fight back, to use his skills to right wrongs and protect the vulnerable. He represents the power of the individual to stand up to oppression, to fight for what is right, even when the odds are stacked against him. Robin Hood's fight for justice is not a solitary one. He is surrounded by a band of loyal followers known as the Merry Men. These men, drawn from all walks of life, are united by their shared belief in Robin Hood's cause. Among the most famous of the Merry Men is Little John, Robin Hood's trusted lieutenant. Will Scarlet, the fiery redhead, brings a youthful energy to the band. Much, the miller's son, represents the common folk who have been wronged by the powerful. The Merry Men are skilled archers, swordsmen, and strategists. They share a deep bond of brotherhood, forged in the fires of their shared struggle. Together, Robin Hood and his Merry Men form a formidable force for justice. Their exploits have become legendary, inspiring generations to fight for what is right. Stealing from the rich, a necessary evil? At the heart of Robin Hood's legend lies a controversial act, stealing from the rich. This act raises complex questions about morality and justice. Robin Hood's supporters argue that his actions are justified. They point to the corrupt practices of the wealthy, who have amassed their fortunes through exploitation and greed. Robin Hood himself sees his actions as a form of redistribution, a way to balance the scales of justice. He targets those who have profited from the suffering of others, taking back what they have unjustly acquired. His actions challenge the traditional notions of property and ownership. Giving to the poor. Robin Hood's moral compass. Robin Hood's actions are not solely defined by his daring heists. His bravery is evident not just in his ability to outwit the rich and powerful, but in his relentless dedication to a cause greater than himself. It is his unwavering commitment to helping the poor that truly defines his character. His compassion is the driving force behind every decision he makes, every risk he takes. He is driven by a deep sense of compassion and a belief that everyone deserves to live a life free from hunger and want. This belief is not just a fleeting thought but a core principle that guides his every action. He sees the suffering caused by poverty firsthand. The pain and hardship of those around him fuel his determination to make a difference. He witnesses the desperation of families struggling to survive. Their plight is a constant reminder of the inequality that exists in society. He is compelled to act, to use his ill-gotten gains to alleviate their suffering. His actions are not just about redistributing wealth but about restoring dignity and hope to those who have lost it. Robin Hood's generosity knows no bounds. He gives not out of obligation, but out of a genuine desire to see others thrive. He shares his bounty freely with those in need, providing food, clothing, and shelter. His efforts ensure that the basic needs of the less fortunate are met. His actions are a testament to his unwavering moral compass. Every choice he makes is guided by a strong sense of right and wrong. He embodies the ideal of social responsibility, reminding us that we have a duty to care for one another, especially those less fortunate than ourselves. His legacy is a powerful reminder of the impact one individual can have when driven by a sense of justice and compassion. The Sheriff of Nottingham, Embodiment of Injustice, a figure whose very name sends shivers down the spines of the oppressed. No figure embodies the corruption and tyranny that Robin Hood fights against more than the Sheriff of Nottingham. His greed knows no bounds and his cruelty is unmatched. He is the primary antagonist of the legend, a symbol of the greed and abuse of power that plague Robin Hood's England. This statue stands as a grim reminder of his oppressive rule. The sheriff is a ruthless and greedy man, more interested in lining his own pockets than in serving the people. His sinister smile reveals his true intentions. He imposes exorbitant taxes, driving the poor deeper into poverty. The villagers' struggles are a direct result of his insatiable greed. He uses his position to enrich himself and his cronies, showing no mercy for those who stand in his way. His cronies, equally corrupt, help him maintain his iron grip on the town. He is a master manipulator, using propaganda and fear to maintain his grip on power. His lies and deceit keep the townspeople in a constant state of fear and submission. While Robin Hood fights for the common good, the sheriff is motivated solely by self-interest. Robin Hood's bravery stands in stark contrast to the sheriff's cowardice and greed. Their conflict is a classic battle between good and evil, justice and tyranny. This epic confrontation symbolizes the eternal struggle between those who seek to oppress and those who fight for freedom. Justice and morality, a delicate balance. Robin Hood's legend raises complex questions about the nature of justice and morality. His actions, while noble in their intent, often blur the lines between right and wrong. Robin Hood's decision to steal from the rich challenges our traditional understanding of property rights. While his actions are motivated by a desire to help the poor, they are still considered criminal by the laws of his time. This raises the question, can an act be considered just even if it is illegal? It reminds us that there are often no easy answers, and that the path to a just world is rarely straightforward. The enduring appeal of Robin Hood. The legend of Robin Hood has endured for centuries, captivating audiences across generations. Its enduring appeal lies in its timeless themes of justice, equality, and resistance against oppression. Robin Hood's story speaks to our innate desire for fairness. We are drawn to his character because he represents the best of humanity, courage, compassion, and a willingness to fight for what is right. His legend also offers a powerful message of hope. It reminds us that even in the face of overwhelming odds, one person can make a difference. In a world where inequality and injustice persist, Robin Hood's story continues to offer a beacon of hope. Fighting for justice and equality, a timeless message. This message has echoed through the ages, resonating with countless generations. Robin Hood's enduring legacy lies in the timeless message it conveys about the importance of fighting for justice and equality. His story is not just a tale of adventure, but a profound narrative about standing up for what is right. His story serves as a powerful reminder that we all have a role to play in creating a more just and equitable society. Each of us, in our own way, can contribute to the fight against injustice. Robin Hood's actions challenge us to confront injustice in our own time. They urge us to look around and see where we can make a difference. They remind us that we cannot stand idly by while others suffer. Inaction in the face of injustice is a form of complicity. We must be willing to speak out against oppression and to fight for the rights of all people. Silence can often be interpreted as acceptance, and we must not let that happen. His legend teaches us that the fight for justice requires courage and determination. It is not an easy path, but it is a necessary one. But as Robin Hood's story demonstrates, it is a fight worth fighting. The rewards of a just society are immeasurable. We must continue to strive for a world where everyone has the opportunity to reach their full potential, a world free from oppression and injustice. This vision is not just a dream, but a goal we must all work towards, inspired by the timeless message of Robin Hood. Conclusion: the legacy of a legend. The legend of Robin Hood continues to resonate with audiences centuries after it was first told. His story of courage, compassion, and resistance against tyranny has become an integral part of our collective consciousness. Robin Hood is more than just a fictional character. He is a symbol of our deepest desires for a just and equitable world. His legend serves as a powerful reminder that the fight for justice is timeless. Robin Hood's legacy lies in the hope he inspires, in the belief that even in the face of overwhelming odds, ordinary individuals have the power to make a difference. His story will continue to be told and retold as long as there is injustice in the world, reminding us that the fight for a better tomorrow is a fight worth fighting.